Okay, guys, here's our last video for social studies for our virtual week. And this is actually going to be your last lesson in social studies for this marking period also. So do good. I hope you did good on these. I'm sure you did. They haven't been too difficult. And so we will do science next week when we're back in school together. We'll do one more unit of that before the semester is over, the marking period. Okay, so we are going to do Social Studies Weekly 16, which is the 5 themes of geography. Share my screen. All right, so the 5 themes of geography, and this is actually something that you will talk about in social studies probably every year. Just like in science, we seem to always talk about the scientific method every year. So the 5 themes of geography, the 5 themes of geography, I was right, are location, human environment interaction, place, movement, and region. So it says, when we study geography, we ask questions about people and places around our world. Questions about geography fit into 5 main themes. Location, where am I? So when you're talking about location, you can talk about a lot of different things. You can talk really big, like if we think about where our school is. If we start off small, our school's it's Nouvelle, right? And if we go bigger, it's in Saginaw Township. And then if we go bigger than that, it's in Saginaw County. If we go bigger than that, it's in Michigan. If we go bigger than that, it's in the United States. If we go bigger than that, it's in North America. If we go bigger than that, we can say it's on the earth. Okay, so we have scaled it out. When we think about location, you can really narrow it down. You can even narrow it down more by saying streets, giving the address, things like that. All of these are part of a place's location. And then that brings us to place. What is this place like? So you look around and what do you see? Like in this picture, I can see there's mountains, I can see some water, I can see a lot of green, so I can assume there's trees and grasses. So you look around at your place. If we were at school, what do we see? Well, we see a nice play area out back for us to have recess. I see houses, so I know I'm in a neighborhood. I can look out towards the church and see some businesses, a car dealership, a bank, the tanning place. So I see that there's businesses near our school too. So you can see what kind of area you're in by looking around you. Human environment interaction. How do people use their environment to meet their needs? So looking at this picture, there's farming going on. It looks like that's probably wheat or maybe soybeans that they're harvesting. So obviously a farmer has to have good soil to plant his or her crops, and they use their environment to help feed animals and people, right? So there's a lot of places in the earth where people mine for things, so they would dig in the earth to use their environment. Like in Saginaw, before our school and all the businesses were there, it was all pine trees and other trees. It was like foresty. Michigan is known for its forests. Okay, we have a lot of lumbering up north. Lumbering's always been a major industry in Michigan, and from the early times. So that's what it used to look like in Saginaw too. And so before our school and all that was there, it was forest. It was just, that's what it looked like. So the people had to log all that out to make Saginaw Township happen. Next, we have movement. How do people and ideas get from one place to another? So look at these people. This family looks like they're traveling somewhere. They have suitcases and some luggage. They're going on a train, it looks like, or maybe they got off the train. I don't know. So a train is obviously a good way to get from a place that's farther away. Obviously you can drive too, you can take an airplane, but a train's another fun way to travel. If you've ever been on a train, I don't know if you have, but my family took the train to Chicago one year for spring break, and it was so fun. It was really cool riding on the train. And then region, how are places the same? Zoe, you're not on your Zoom. Go ahead, I'm not going to be done. Sorry, Zoe's teacher's texting me. How are places the same? How are places different? So does this region right here with all the penguins and the glacier in the background look like Michigan? Nope, it doesn't. So Michigan looks a lot different than other places in the world. So now my phone's ringing. Can't get any work done around here. Okay, so if we look on the inside, what I just told you gives you some more explanation about location and physical characteristics, what a place looks like. If it has mountains, if it has trees, if it has water, if it has ice, rivers, all those things, plains, plateaus, canyons, human characteristics. People make choices about how to use the physical environment. So what do the humans do to use their environment? Do they keep a lot of trees? Do they take a lot down? Like a big city like New York or Detroit or Chicago, they have trees as decorations and things like that, but they don't have a lot of trees in the cities. So they've taken those down to build buildings and parking lots and parking garages and things like that. And then human environment interaction. It explores how people interact with the environment, how people adapt to their environment when they make choices. People choose where to live, people choose what clothing to wear. Obviously in Michigan in the middle of December, January, it's chilly. You're probably not going to wear shorts, even though I see people doing it, but that's not the norm, is it? It's cold and most people want to be warm. So we'll wear winter coats. If you go outside to play, you'll probably wear mittens and snow pants and boots and hats and all that stuff. So it's all about how we interact with our environment. On the back, we have more about movement, talking about how people get places, cars, trains, buses, planes. Region is a basic unit of geography. A region is an area or place with unifying characteristics. Some regions are organized by physical characteristics, and these characteristics could be a landform or the climate. So in Michigan, we live in the Midwest, so we have a relatively flat landscape. I mean, you'll see some hills the further you go up north, but pretty much we don't have a lot of elevation changes in Michigan. It's pretty flat. We live in a valley, the Saginaw Valley here, and we have a lot of trees and parks. We do have cities, but you also have a lot of farm fields around here too, because Michigan is a big farming state. So those would be the characteristics of our region. So for the activity, write in the words from the articles that help describe or define each of the 5 themes. So what I would do here is I would go and look for the definition for all of these. And most of these definitions, I would assume, like we have to do region right here. A region is a basic unit of geography. It's an area or place with a unifying characteristic. Okay, so just go ahead and write down the definition. Okay. For our word of the day, let's say back to school, because this is our last assignment you will do before we go back to school. All right, so go ahead and get that done. Make sure you put it in your folder to bring to school on Monday, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.